All right, so we are back. In today's video, pretty simple message. Nissan Gib hates Misfits. He hates the promotion. He can't stand them, and he is looking not only to beat Slim just because he wants to prove he's the best, which is what he's saying. He wants to end the promotion. He wants to take down Misfits. He wants to shut the whole thing down, and it's causing a bit of a rift that I had a sneaking suspicion was always there. I know in the comments you're gonna say it's just business, Wade, and maybe it is, but this, like I said with the Slim versus Gib fight, feels maybe even more personal. Slim versus Gib is the main event of Misfits Qatar. But the real battle here is Gib versus Misfits. And that includes Mams Taylor, of course, but it also includes KSI. I think the drama for this fight, for this card, is only going to get bigger because it is already spiraling. What do I mean? What is going on? The breakdown. Let's go. So like I said, Nissan Gib, Misfits, we all know the history there. But just in case you don't remember, here's how it went.
Misfits offers Gib an opportunity, $250K, to be on Misfits fighting on their platform. He says no. They come out publicly with the offer. Mams Taylor himself putting it on Twitter. That's how we know it was $250K. Then Gib decides, hot Tua, spit on that thing, talking about a Misfits contract, as he announces he's going to Kingpin, having fun over there. I was with him. I didn't get paid. He did. Must be nice. Gib does his thing over there, supposed to fight Kenny in the finals, and there's always been the chirps of Gib versus Slim. Who's scared? Who's ducking? Gib has always said he felt disrespected, and he's looking to get it back in blood.
And here we are. Gib now has released a video, which we all know that Gib does well with these. It's called Gib versus Misfits official fight announcement. Not Gib versus Slim. Gib versus Misfits official fight announcement. And as you guys know, Gib likes to use a ton of copyrighted music, so we're gonna have to skip about 40 seconds of this up until the point where we get to the big reveal of exactly what I was talking about. Gib hates Misfits. All right, he's got the Misfits boxing letter there.
Dear Gib, I'm completely ashamed of myself. I can't...
Oh my God, he's got Mams' voice. Apologizing in letter form. This is fantastic. I need to hear more of it before I make a decision. Whether this is real or AI, let me
Stop
hear.
regretting the way I let our issues go public. I have been nothing but disrespectful. Things keep going wrong for us. First KSI loses, then he gets injured. If only we had you. You've been incredible for this sport and an absolute inspiration. And me? I'm a rude...
Wait, what did he say? Okay, I'm completely ashamed of myself and how I've treated you. I've made a huge mess of things, and I can't stop regretting the way I let our issues go public. You've been incredible for this sport, and I've been nothing but disrespectful. This is not how it's being said vocally, but this is the letter. I'm begging for your forgiveness, please. I'm on my knees here. Oh, man. This is, by the way, this is clearly AI now that I've heard it. It doesn't have, like, the inflections in the voice. But if Mams was actually down to record this and do it, like, just for the buildup of this, it would be awesome. This would be, and again, I know Vince McMahon right now is getting revealed for the scumbag that he always was and always will be, but as a booker, this would be what Vince McMahon would do. He would turn and be the heel here, or be the groveling, please come back, just for the build of the story. If Mams, I'm not saying he did, I think this is AI, but if Mams actually sat down and recorded this, that would be bravo.
And an absolute inspiration. And me? I'm a rude, naughty promoter. Please, I'm on my knees here. I'm offering you the millions that you deserve. I shouldn't have lowballed you. I'm so sorry. From your favorite promoter, Mams Taylor, the CEO of Misfits.
I don't know. It kind of does sound like, I mean, again, it's supposed to be AI. If you do that, is gonna, but it sounds almost a little too much like him. I don't know. By the way, he did him dirty with that freaking shadow boxing. I don't know what that was. But here, I want to skip through and show some of the important stuff. Because what we talked about was the bad blood between the two, and why I'm making this video is that I think it's going to get even more personal with the promotion than maybe it'll even get with Slim leading up to this fight. And honestly, depending on what happens in the fight, potentially after it. So let's take a look back through history.
The talk about me joining Misfits before I went to Kingpin, what happened? I'll let you explain. I don't want to say things that are wrong.
It wasn't the healthiest relationship with Misfits.
You and Mams had a little falling out, a little disagreement.
Anything that I direct towards Misfit is mainly between the disrespect.
I offered you $250K to fight Temper, more if you fight Slim on a main event. Offered a lot more for JJ since we're talking about exposing with the hands up. I remember this tweet, man. That tweet was the Kickstarter, the fire burner. Gib has never been a guy that's been loyal to a promotion, more loyal to himself and loyal to his team. So we can't really question loyalty in this case because Gib has always stated what he is loyal to, being the best. And this became a taking down promotions thing when it was Social Gloves and then Kingpin went out of business. But this is where it all started. I think this is where it all stems and really the entire thing for Gib is this tweet. I think that's really it. And maybe just his burning desire to show that they f***ed up. But this is the big part. Mams inadvertently created, I wouldn't even say an enemy because he's on the promotion. They're getting what they want. But he inadvertently created a rivalry that may be even bigger than Slim and Gib. And that's Misfits and Gib.
He put out a little tweet saying it was the lowest fight offer in 3 years, to do better, and that he'll expose the fighters that you protect.
Just for saying no to a deal behind the scenes and to claim that I'm ducking and diving.
And because of that disrespect, I've been plotting on my revenge.
You don't know with Gib. He doesn't give things away. Has he been training all this time? Has he made...
Dog, I remember this. The freaking lights went out in the gym we were in preparing for the first Kingpin fight. And they said Gib was hitting so hard, the lights shut off. And they kept yelling. Leon kept yelling A&E. I love Leon in these buildups, man. We have to get more. We have to. I know that, you know, Coach Rozier said, and even some of you guys in the comments are like, wait, it's not disrespectful or it's just a fight game. And you're right. It is the fight game. Gib can say whatever the f he wants about Andre Rozier. It was just baffling for me to hear knowing who that is, right? They don't give a f, and I get that. And I actually kind of like it. You can't give any kind of, you can't be groveling at the feet of Coach Rozier. I get that. But I need more Leon in this buildup. Even if it's not, you know, but Coach Rozier's like, oh, let's not make it about us. No, I want Leon to be, he's part of this now. It's Gib's fight, but they're a package. Where they go out, they go together. You feel me?
I think he's tied down to the Misfits contract, so he can't.
Also, he's property. He can't live his life and do good opportunity, because I heard it was the biggest purse he's ever been offered.
It has been reported by multiple sources that the Kingpin tournament is canceled with no future plans of rescheduling.
He brings down events, man. He bankrupts events.
No, he doesn't. No one's gonna want him on their team.
Kingpin, you know, unfortunately, rest in peace. But I'll just take the fighters. Yeah, just go course.
Would you hold the finals on your show?
No.
They tried to stop my winning momentum to lower my stock.
Bro, look at the way they spelled a Nissan Gib. Like that's his first name and that's his last name. Yeah, so that was a big point and a big part of the entire like Gib versus Misfits thing. KSI just out of, you know, pure pride just did it. Want to put Gib and Kenny in that main event spot after Kingpin did. We want to make our own stories, even though they ended up doing that with the girls. Barbie and Jilly Polka actually fought for the Misfits. Kenny and Gib should have and could have, but pride stopped that one. So again, you're seeing why reasons why Gib is a little upset. Not to say that he was owed it because he wasn't, but it could have been made, and just out of pure pride, they just said no.
I need to see Gib absolutely annihilate Slim. Then Gib can go on, smoke, and go fucking nuts at anyone he wants.
Now, do you see that KSI? That KSI is from like 2 or 3 years ago, probably, after the first Austin McBroom fight, I think. And that was when the hype, you know, was starting to really like get a fever pitch for Gib versus Slim. But that tone has changed. And this is why I'm making this video, because KSI is no longer standing in the corner of Gib, at least not publicly, because of a couple of things. Number one, let's see the tweet that Gib posted in reference to the video that we just watched. Here it is. It's official. 8-round pro fight. Gib versus Misfits, conquering another promotion. 28th of November. I assume that's a part of Qatar. This is why KSI got incensed. And by the way, it looks like Gib versus KSI or Gib versus Mams Taylor, and Slim's got like a small little part in the right corner. Really well done. But again, I'm just looking at the imagery. I know you guys are going to tell me it's marketing. I know you guys are going to tell me that they're really friends, and they probably are. They're probably working me. But f it, let me get worked, okay? KSI and Gib in the foreground. I'm not saying that fight ever happens, but I'm saying there's a chip on this man's shoulder. Normally, you'd have KSI rolling with Gib, but Gib's coming after his promotion. He's coming after Misfits, his baby, the thing he built. KSI responded, Slim, you've got this. But not only that, I got this screenshot of KSI on Instagram as well. He said the same thing he said on Twitter. You've got this, Slim the Hitman. I'm the shit man. And then he says, I think Gib has forgotten that he is in a different era. How dare you try to take down what I've built? Question mark. Again, I don't know if this is real, if this is business. I don't know. But there has been a begrudging rivalry where KSI thinks himself above Gib's level, apparently based on a spar from back when. I would love to get Gib on an interview and ask him about this, or KSI. I know it's been a while, KSI. You know what I'm saying? Let's just bury the hatchet. You know what I'm saying? Let's just, and bury that. Because I want to know these answers, and no one's asking these questions. And maybe it's a little uncomfortable for the audience, but it drums up a bit of that emotion that we need in this scene. And I know, it's a little bit of open-ended questioning and, you know, leading fighters and all that. I get it. These need to be answered because Gib responded back and said, backing a guy whose pinned tweet is him knocking you out. And that's the other part of this, is that not even a month ago, KSI was calling Slim trash, saying he wasn't even close to his level, saying all this other craziness. He was calling him a bitch before that. And then Slim, trying to get the fight with KSI, was posting this stuff and calling him a bitch and saying all this other craziness. Slim was on my interview saying he didn't think KSI was even injured, that they just canceled the fight. And now they're buddy-buddy? What are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing here? Gib's right to call this shit out. And I get it. It's like, you know, fighting with your family. I'm not saying everybody on Misfits has to be, you know, a family and we got to be together. Blah, blah. No. More people should be individualistic. They should be. More people should be like Gib. Go get your shit. But the promotion for this is clearly Gib versus Misfits. So Team Misfits bonding together. Like I said, fighting with your family. You can fight amongst each other, but when someone else calls out the fam, you got to go get them. But Gib got him with this one, man. That's a clean 10-8 round there for Gib. And then Slim came back. I'm going to hurt this kid badly. Trust me. Fuzi's in the mix. Good that Fuzi is feeling like himself. He's saying fight of the year. And all I'm trying to say is that this is becoming bigger than just one singular fight. This is a man and Gib on a mission to take down the only existing influencer boxing promotion still alive and thriving today. And that's one, a bold statement, one that would probably put me out of business for a while, but also an interesting look at this entire thing. If Gib does come in and beat Slim, what is next? Does he actually try to like shut down the promotion, which he can't do? The promotion's bigger than Gib. But does that mean that he wants to, after the Slim fight, again, don't crucify me in the comment section, I'm just saying, you looking at the KSI fight? In interviews with Fred and everybody else, he's saying, you know, he's got to fight me at 168 or I'm not doing it, I think for the right amount of money, they would. It would split the UK audience. They are somewhat good friends, or at least were at one point, but you know what made for a really good fight way back in the day when influencer boxing started? It was two UK creators that were massive, that were somewhat friends, that also had big followings, and split the UK over the fight. Joe Weller, KSI. You can't tell me that wouldn't be the same energy. I'm just saying there's a foundation. There are seeds there. Not saying, I'm just saying. And by the way, it's all contingent upon Gib beating Slim, which is going to be very, very difficult. This fight is so good. Regardless, I want to show you guys one more clip of something that I'm seeing. I'm so excited. I'm knocking over my Gatorade Zero that's not sponsored. I'm just happy. Let's take a look at a behind the scenes from their face-to-face that isn't out yet, but I'm so pumped to watch. Again, see how Gib is not just going at Slim. He's going at the whole promotion.
He said he won this fight since 2022. Who gives a fuck what he won? He gives a fuck what he won.
You hear that at the beginning. Again, don't hear a lot of people saying that around Misfits. It's not even like a disrespectful thing to say. Gib's just talking his shit, and KSI happens to be caught in the crossfire because he's hosting the face-to-face, which, by the way, Ben the Bane Davis is my brother. I love him to death. KSI being in the center of these, very good idea. No offense to Ben or anybody else. He's the face of the company. Now, again, I'm just giving you guys context clues here for the entirety of this Gib versus Misfits rivalry. It's clear he does not give a fuck what Mams Taylor, what KSI, Kylie Sauerland, really anybody says about him, or what they've said for him to not say or do or anything else, because he is just firing, unfiltered, off the hip, off the cuff. And again, let's not forget what he said in the press conference about why KSI and Slim was canceled, which again is speculation, is rumor. No one can confirm or not. But I believe the official story of an injury to KSI causing that fight to be, you know, canceled. But here's what he had to say.
You not fight for the past year.
I was gonna fight KSI. You stupid.
And why did it get cancelled?
You dumb.
Lack of interest.
This guy's so stupid, bro. What a fucking idiot, bro.
So again, I'm not saying, I'm just saying he does not give a f. And we need more of that in the scene. This whole rivalry, it's not just Gib and Slim, which is the fight, of course. It's the thing we came here for. It's the thing we're paying for. It's what we want to see. And it's a tough, tough fight that Gib's got in front of him. I think a lot of people are underestimating Slim because Gib is from the UK and he's going to have a ton of fans. But Slim is that motherfucker. Like, he is undefeated for a reason. He cracks, and he's got a bit of an awkward style that it gets tough to get used to unless you've been in there with him. I'm not saying Gib can't do it, because Gib is also a tough motherfucker. If it gets into deep water, he can swim, no floaties, no life vest needed, and his technique has risen like a elevator to the top floor, which is where he's trying to go in Misfits, and then apparently just shut the building down. But this whole thing to me is must-see TV and influencer boxing, and it's why we're going to keep covering this. I do have a video that I want to talk about my man W.A.D.E later this week. If you guys want to see that, comment down below. Say something like, you know, W.A.D.E video ideas, something like that, so I know you guys are interested. Also, while you're there, let me know, is this rivalry more Gib versus Slim, or is it just Gib versus Misfits? This thing is getting out of hand, and I love every bit of it. What happens in this fight? And also, if Gib is to win, what happens next? Like he said, he wants to be the best in Misfits, while Slim is 7-0, and on Misfits specifically, has the best record, has some of the best performances. The #1 pound-for-pound guy still remains KSI. I'm not saying, I'm just saying I don't have any answers for what happens next, but I guess we'll find out.